So if you watched my vlog last week, you'll know that I had a very different week inside my print-on-demand business. This week has been very different as well, so I thought I'd follow last week's vlog up with another vlog and take you through what I've been doing all week. But before I do anything print-on-demand related, I've got one physical order that I need to drop off at the post office now. So I'm going to get in my knackered old polo and go to the post office. Right, so I've just been to the post office, dropped my one physical order of the day off that I sold on eBay. It's Valentine's Day, it's Friday, I thought I'd treat myself. So I've been to the bakery, got a sandwich. I'm now going to shoot back to the office and I'm going to show you my Shopify stats for the week, my Etsy stats for the week, as well as tell you what I've been up to for the whole week. So these are the analytics from my Shopify store for the last 7 days. This is my main Shopify store and it's a t-shirt store. As you can see, there's 26 orders to fulfill here, so I need to crack on and get those sent off into production. I've not really been putting a lot of time and effort into my print-on-demand store, and I'll tell you why shortly. But to say I've not put a lot of time in and I've still made 1,700 in sales just shows what happens when you are consistent in the past and you plan for future events. So I've had 2,100 sessions, 1,700 in sales, 52 orders, and a conversion rate of 2.43% in the last 7 days. One thing as well which I absolutely love doing on Shopify is when people are on the website, you can see where they are and if they've got an active cart, if they're checking out, and if they've purchased. So pretty much instead of watching Netflix, I just watch the Shopify live view. I just thought while I'm here, I'll show you the last 30 days on this t-shirt print-on-demand store as well. So in the last 30 days, 9,000 sessions, 6,100 in sales, 202 orders, with a really strong conversion rate at 2.23%. So out of curiosity, I have just Googled the average Shopify conversion rate. And as you can see here, the average conversion is 1.4%. So for me to have a conversion rate of 2.2% over the last 30 days, it just goes to show what happens when, number one, you research your niche correctly, number two, you price competitively, and number three, you make designs that people actually want to buy. Okay, so moving on to my Etsy now, and as you can see, in the last 30 days, I've had 38 orders, and in the last 7 days, I've had 8 orders. So I'm averaging a little over 1 order a day on my Etsy store at the minute. And you might be wondering why my Etsy figures are so much lower than my Shopify figures. And I've mentioned before on this channel that I do like prioritizing Shopify over Etsy. And that's mainly because I like the branding control that you get over Shopify. And a lot of my traffic does come from short form content. So I do naturally push the Shopify more because obviously the fees are lower. And you can also capture customers' email addresses a lot easier on Shopify than you can on Etsy. And I have also started to restructure this Etsy store. So what I want to do on this Etsy store is kind of do a lot more personalized listings and items that you'd maybe gift someone. Because I have found in the last few weeks that personalized listings on Etsy do really well, which I'll show you now. So these are the 2 personalized listings that I've got on Etsy. I listed them about 9 or 10 weeks ago now, and as you can see between them, they've got around 50 sales. And on this Etsy store, I have removed about 150 to 200 listings, just because I want to change the focus, like I say, and go for a more personalized route where I make templates and simply change out the design based on what the customer wants. So yeah, I kind of use the Shopify as my main income, and I'm just more so experimenting with the Etsy at the minute and finding out what kind of product types do well, what kind of listings do well. Okay, so now I want to show you what I've been working on pretty much the whole of this week and the back end of last week, which has meant that I've not put as much time as I probably should be putting into my print-on-demand stores, but I really wanted to make these 3 guides here. These are 3 guides which I'll be giving away completely for free, and their purpose is to basically build your Shopify store up, build your Etsy store up, build your print-on-demand store up, build your digital download store up, whatever route you want to go down. I believe that these 3 guides here will help you do it. So I'm just going to quickly take you through the guides now and kind of show you what they're about. And if you want any of them, then drop your Instagram in the comments of this video and I'll send them across. So I've made the ultimate guides. the ultimate beginner's guide to Etsy, print on demand and digital downloads. And as you can see, the table of contents, it pretty much covers all of these topics. And if you read through one by one, you'll have a very, very, very good understanding of what it is you need to do to get a successful print on demand or digital download store. This one is the Etsy Accelerator Checklist, and it's basically just a checklist of essential things you need to be doing in your store to make sure it looks the part, really. So that's a 10-step guide, and yeah, it's really useful because what I've noticed is a lot of Etsy stores, they tend to miss out a lot of basic information that really does affect your store. But if you follow these 10 steps, then you won't miss a thing. And the final guide I've made is the Etsy SEO playbook, rank higher and sell more. And it's just basically walks you through SEO, gives you absolutely everything you need to know about SEO so you can get your listings ranked and start driving more traffic to your Etsy store. And yeah, to kind of push these free guides, I've also made a new Instagram account. So if you want to connect with me and drop me a follow, that would be appreciated. It's cal.massey. And the purpose of this account is basically just showing you everything I know which has led me to become a 6-figure print-on-demand seller. And if you're still watching the video at this point, then you're probably wondering, what is in it for me? Why am I giving out all my knowledge, all these free resources, all these free guides? You're probably thinking there's got to be a catch. I'm here to tell you now there is no catch whatsoever. And I've spent the last 7, coming on 8 years now selling online. I've had a lot of failures, I've had a lot of success, and most importantly, I've learned a lot along the way. And pretty much because everything I've learned, that's led to me selling over 30,000 things online, whether that be on Etsy, whether that be on Shopify, whether that be on eBay, various marketplaces I've dealt with, but I see the same thing over and over again. And that is, people simply don't know how to sell online. They get the niche research wrong, they get their SEO wrong, they get their product type wrong, they get their design research wrong. And getting all those things wrong ultimately leads to the person feeling unmotivated, they want to quit, and they do quit before they see any kind of real success. And I just think after selling online for so long myself, it feels right to naturally want to transition into helping people do the same thing that I've done and find the same kind of financial freedom, the same kind of location freedom that I've found through selling things online. And I think one of the biggest problems when you're selling something online and you come to the internet for guidance is there's so many people trying to teach something that they haven't actually found success in themselves. So that's why, while I am teaching, providing these resources and showing you how I'm doing it, I will still be doing the business myself, because ultimately I wouldn't like to teach something that I'm not actively doing and making money off myself. And that is why I have decided to create a community on School. Now, I mentioned the school community in last week's video, but there's been a few changes in the last week. So under the Classroom tab, I have now finished all of the modules and all of the lessons. Last week there was still a few lessons to write up, but they're all pretty much filled out now. At the minute they're all wrote in a blog style format, but I will be going through and adding videos and fully explaining and walking you through each lesson. We're up to 76 members in the school, which is pretty good because it's only been active for 16 days, I think. So if you want to join the school community, it is free to join. It will be free until about 150 members, I think. I will leave a link for the school community in the description of this video. One big benefit that you get from being inside the school community is I am doing live Q&As every Sunday. So the next Q&A is Sunday the 16th of February, and then the Q&A after that will be the 23rd of Feb and then the 2nd of March. These Q&As really, they're just kind of so you can get direct access to me, get to know a bit more about me, and if you've got any questions about print on demand, about Etsy, about marketing, scaling your shop, that kind of thing, then feel free to come along to the Q&As and I'll do my best to give you some guidance. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to share with you today. I just wanted to come on here, be open and transparent with what I'm doing, what direction I'm taking my business in next. I wanted to show you my Shopify analytics, my Etsy analytics, and the free resources that I've made. I do think what social media and online mentorship and teaching is truly missing is authenticity. You know, you've got a lot of these gurus on the internet that say you can start today and in 90 days you'll make 10k on Shopify, you'll make 10k on Etsy. While that is possible for some people, it's not achievable for everybody, and it's not really something that I want to teach, push, and promote on this channel. I kind of want to be realistic, give you realistic expectations of starting a business. It is very much achievable to do 10k in 90 days once you know everything. But if you're just starting out, I want to teach you how to make your first 500 a month, first 1,000 a month, scale that to 2,000, scale that to 5,000, and then maybe in the future we'll get to 10,000. But you know, yeah, I just want to promote authenticity and transparency on this channel. So yeah, if you like the sound of it, then follow along and there'll be many more videos to come.